Oh, right. That guardsman did not decide what he wanted to do there. So the hunt and Reign of Terror has ended. I missed what else that said, but good to know that the Reign of Terror has in fact ended. And so now people have re-inhabited this location, and we'll definitely make a point of selling stuff to person directly below us. Is there a ladder over here? I don't think so. Let's maybe not go down that way in that case. There's a staircase over here, I believe. That's probably the safer route.
Looked right at me.
Yeah, it does let you loot the leader area before some of that stuff, but I deliberately, you know, we're spending a lot of time moving. So I made a point of cutting to the chase, and then this way get the people to show up a little bit more quickly. Then we can sell things, get unencumbered, and then it's much easier for us to run around, right?
Jewel-encrusted galligaskins, the latest rage. Most honored Witcher, the slaughter of Filbert Fourfingers von Witten. Quite the feat. You've my respect and gratitude forever and always. He'd squatted in those ruins for months, him and that Hans of his. Whoever they captured alive lived to regret not having been cleaved in battle.
Managed to assemble a pretty good bunch of men.
Refuse from all the world. Bandits, degenerates, drawn like flies to doo-doo. It's good
I suppose so.
Into a man. You've my gratitude, and good prices for all time here.
Okay, so those bandits, I suppose, were pretty well armed.
Seems the Hansa was prepared for a long siege.
Oh yes, the rats had woven quite the nest. Some knights errant took swipes at them, but cracked their claws on those ruins.
Not surprised. Von Witten turned that rubble into a fortress. With a ballista in the lower courtyard, no less.
I did not remember a ballista, but
machine was
sure.
most like there to fight off the winged lizards. A whole host live in these hills. Alert eye on
We
the
have
sky
seen a lot
at all
around.
times, Witcher.
You're not wrong. Okay, let's trade with you, though.
Goods. Mind if I have a glance?
And I hope you have a lot of monies. You have a pretty large amount of monies, because we have a lot of things to sell to you. So hopefully we can do this, get unencumbered, and then, you know, if we want to continue looting around here, it should just be easier to do when we're not encumbered. That's kind of the idea. Gonna deliberately keep you. Yeah, that took about 40% of his monies. He had about 10,000, right?
Thanks. Farewell.
Good luck on your path.
Yeah. So now that we're no longer encumbered, we can actually run around. Much more convenient to loot stuff. And I think, at the very least, we definitely want to go to that staircase where we killed about 20 of the bandits. It really does seem like the guardsmen in Toussaint just don't really care if you steal things compared to, you know, other locations where that was very much not the case. Okay, we will want to go through there eventually, yes. We already looted that. Yeah, because we've been in this corner. And nope. That.
Tony messing everything up. And to top it all.
Okay, where is that staircase in question, though? Nope, I think it's up here, right? It's back in this direction. And we did not necessarily loot all this stuff. Yeah, Dimeridium? Sure. We'll take that.
All is in order.
That Philibert von Witt. 4 fingers. How did he wind up with the moniker?
He had 4 fingers.
That Philibert Four Fingers guy, how did he wind up with the moniker? Well, I mean, he had 4 fingers. You don't say. That is, well, understandable in that case. Anything down here? Oh, this is the staircase that led up to the leader. And we did not necessarily get all of this, so let's
Crowd around.
pop up here for a second. Did take that. Don't think there's anything else out there. So this is where we fought him. We got some of that stuff. Actually, anything over here, or is it just a tiny little halfway? I think not much else. Yeah, there doesn't seem to have been much else up here. Oh, hold on. How do we get there? Another ladder? Now, wait, was this where we fought him? Maybe this was where we fought him. Because this looks like the top floor. Don't think we can go with that. Oh, and there is a red notebook here as well, or red something. Does look like a book. Oh, diagrams, okay. And the journal bound in worn leather. I'm Philibert von Witten. My crest, a rook, my father, the famed Sir Gruber Palecheeks von Witten. Today, I was smeared by an insult which only blood can wipe clean. Rage burns my entrails. Writing this is the only way I know how to calm the flames. When I am an old man and read these notes, I believe a certain Maximus Nonius Marcrinus will be long dead. A pitiful memory. For now, however, he lives. Why do I write about this? A few days ago, I challenged him to a duel. To the death. He had been drooling over my Lucien, and I could not bear it. He proved to be a better swordsman than I. But that is not the worst. A lost finger is nothing compared to a lost honor. Maximus defeated me, yet instead of killing me, he spared my life. Never shall I forget the faces of the men who turned their eyes from me then. I know I shall never know peace until I have dealt with him. A dozen or so blank pages. I found the journal which I was given by my father several years ago. During the time since I last held it, much has occurred in my life. I fled to Saint and sought my fortune in various places, with varied success. The worst, however, is that my hand has yet to grasp Maximus's throat. I know it is only a matter of time. I've decided to return to that hound-botched duchy. We've pitched camp on Mount Crane. I've carefully selected a band of men who will not flee from any task, any foe. The Toussaint which once forced me to run will now repay me in full. Highest price, however, shall be paid by Maximus Nonius Marcrinus. When I get my hands on him, I will dream of one thing. He will dream of one thing. Death. I've got the harlot's brother. He's lording it up at the Castle Dacia estate. He was given it by that sodden tart Anarietta. Seems Duke Raymond's been dead for years now. Tomorrow my lads will pay him a visit. I shan't go with them, however. The very thought of having to see this maggoty face again makes me ill. Farewell, Maximus. I've signed your death warrant. I'm delighted. Maximus and his family are now rot. Their stench is a delight to stray mutts. Whenever I close my eyes, I see them perish. See them scream, moan, and grovel. That makes my dinger stand... Okay, well, that's too far. I'm at last satisfied. Black armor die. Apparently we did not have that one yet either.
Hey!
Could have blown up the guy by igniting that. I do like how you fight the big bandit leaders on the dramatic rooftops like this. Makes it feel like more of an epic battle. think we've established there's nothing else over there. Yeah. We've yet to revisit the Staircase of Death. What I would like to do... see if we can count how many we took down there.
Can't
Oop.
pull one over on me, Witcher. I can see you're a kid.
Good F.
We're definitely a killer. At least in some respects. You know, seeing as how we did just defeat, you know, the 30 or so people over here. Alright, so we may have looted some of these guys on our way down. I don't remember if we did or not. But we can try to keep count of just how many it is that we took out on this staircase, which is, I think, will be kind of an interesting test. What do we think the number was? What do you think? I think... my guess is like maybe 15. Maybe that's a high guess, but it did feel like a lot. And it was hard to tell because a lot of them were like crowded directly on top of each other. And I suppose not all of them necessarily will drop loot. Most of them probably did. Well, then again, I don't see any loot here anymore. Maybe we did loot it all. Because there goes our strategy. Also, huzzah. It is ours. The castle is Geralt's. Okay, don't. I almost walked off that edge. Don't do that.
If I
Or maybe the loot all fell down? I don't know. It might have just disappeared. I think it just disappeared. I didn't remember looting that, because that would have taken quite a while to loot all that stuff. But maybe we did.
Four fingers. How did he wind up with the money?
He had 4 fingers.
Oh, right, the tradesperson is down here, actually. We did do a fair bit of looting still, so it's probably worth selling this stuff to you real quick.
Witcher! Von Witten's Bane!
Let us sell.
Your goods. Mind if I have a glance?
Okay, so it's mostly just these chest plates. Rest of the stuff was primarily junk. Okay, so we're actually at 110, almost 111,000 now. So well over the 100,000 mark.
Farewell.
Good luck on your path. Justin, Jewel
Okay,
encrusted
and now,
She looked at me all right.
where was that spot that we want to break through the wall for? Right here. So we got ourselves a diagram over here. Is this just a little area with a chest and not much else? No, this looks like a full-fledged dungeon here. And maybe it fell to the ground and we looted it without even realizing it? Potentially. This is Moreau's quarters. And oftentimes, as I said a while back, we found, at least with Blood and Wine, that these places where we get the Witcher diagrams are not just a walk in the park, stroll on up to a chest, find the diagram, and walk away. Usually it's a fair bit more complicated than that. There tends to be a bit more resistance of some variety. So we should keep our eyes peeled. Well, we're getting some nice stuff here. What's that? What is that? A secret entrance, of course. Anything on the other side of said secret entrance that wants to kill us? Not at the moment. Pink armor. I swear we had pink armor dye already. Are they like different ways to create the same dye? Because we saw that a bit with the mutagens. Yeah, this is a power crystal. So we might need to put that to use somewhere. Yeah. I doubt that's a coincidence that we're seeing that here. Although this... Oh. Oh. Place it there.
Activate the portal. See where it drops me.
Oh no. Moreau's journal. Yeah, let's read up a little bit first. September 12th, 11:21. I've received confirmation Jerome has arrived and is staying at Fort Usser. I'm so giddy with anticipation I cannot continue my work, yet I must try to calm myself and see through my plan. Next day. He arrived quite unexpectedly, right after dusk. He has changed a great deal. He's thin, wiry, all covered in scars. He was, of course, furious I brought him here under false pretext. What choice did I have? One day he'll be a father himself, and he will understand what drives me. I opened a portal in my study and brought Jerome to my lab. In doing so, I exhausted my activation crystal, but luckily I have a spare. I gave the lad some time to think things over, for I'd rather do all this with his willing participation. Meanwhile, I shall prepare the apparatus. This sounds like perhaps...
The Witcher was taken somewhere via portal.
Oh? Oh, the portal's gonna appear over there. This sounds like the laboratory for the advanced mutagen stuff. I feel like it's just gonna be another... I missed. Another thing that takes us there.
I hate portals.
Let's save, of course, just in case. Because any of a number of things could happen here. Oh dear. It's a golem. 20 is the sign that we were supposed to use against them. Yeah, there was a book about golems that we picked up at the same time, which did seem like that was perhaps, you know, a not so subtle hint that that was what we were about to face here. Let's put on the elemental oil, and our sword is fine repair-wise. Yeah, not sure actually is going to do much good here. Also, we don't have the stamina for it, so not that that really matters here. Oh, that actually did not create nearly as large of a slam as I was expecting. Aha! Not so fast, golem dude. Actually, pretty effective. Yeah, see?
A bit more light could be useful. Moreau kept Jerome here. Need to look around.
Yeah, was Moreau and Jerome, were those the names of, like, the guy who tried to reverse his Witcher son's mutations, or am I mixing that up? I may be. At least one other thing in here. It is the same father and son. We did read it. We did read it. Or we didn't read the golem one. That we did not check. That I missed. That I will admit to. And we haven't read it yet here, which means it technically doesn't show up on the book screen. Is that right? For some silly reason? Is this it? No, that's just a book. The golem book, you mean? Yeah. Well, see, but like the thing is, usually if we haven't read it before, it's higher up. Didn't think I saw it up there, though. Oh, maybe this is it? There we go. Despite what you might have heard, the first golem was created not by a powerful mage or an elven sage, but by a simple dwarf from Maribor named Bonaventura Sesto. a brickmaker. The fateful act of creation took place over a century ago. Really? They're only a century old? I would think that mages would have created them for hundreds of years. When the persecution of non-humans was in full swing in Maribor, elves and dwarves had been accused of bringing an epidemic to the city, though it was later discovered the outbreak had been caused by a man named Matteo, a barkeep's dog's body at the Golden Goose Inn. This Matteo was charged with both serving meals and cleaning the latrines, and would only wash his hands once a month. Oh, gosh. Gross. And then not even very thoroughly. The rest, as they say, is history. The persecution of non-humans was limited at first to robbing their shops, arson, and the occasional beating, but the violence soon escalated into a bloody pogrom. As the city guard looked on without lifting a finger, humans murdered elves and dwarves during 3 days and 3 nights of slaughter, killing over 300 individuals, including the aforementioned Bonaventura Sesto's entire family. Driven mad with grief and thirsting for vengeance, Bonaventura molded a 10-foot-tall humanoid out of clay, and then carved the names of the slain humanoids, or non-humans, into it, along with a smattering of dwarven curses. Once finished, he slit his own throat, and when his blood spattered onto his gigantic statue, it came alive and started walking toward the city. Bonaventura had his sweet revenge on his persecutors. This creation killed almost 500 humans, including the mayor and the entire city council, before the soldiers from the city garrison could take it out using their ballista. Conclave's later investigation found that Bonaventura had possessed hidden magic talent. Though he had never had any training, the torrent of powerful emotions running through him at the time of his death flushed out his latent powers and created from them a new spell. After numerous alterations and improvements, one can now cast this spell without sacrificing one's life, and golems guard laboratories, libraries, and palaces across the continent. So there is more on golems. But we have not yet found our manuscript. I thought I heard that for a second. I don't think we can. Oh, Grandmaster Griffin armor. Part of it at the very least. But there may be more. That's a way out, potentially? Actually curious, if we look at our map, where is this? Ah, now this looks familiar. Okay, what do we have here? Griffin's silver sword.
Back of the diagram, Jerome made a note.
Paralyzing spells worn off. The portal still inactive, meaning I'm still stuck here. Bad I left most of my stuff back at Fort Usser. Without my gear, I stand no chance of escaping. I think I'm gonna die in this place. He took my swords, took anything that could be used as a weapon. Even got to write this letter on the back of a diagram. But before I die, I want to tell you one thing. You're a madman, and always have been. A cruel, cold-blooded murderer. I haven't felt anything for you for a long time. Anything but hate. I'm done with you, and I hope you pay for your crimes one day. Jerome.
Moreau eventually came to terms with his son being a witcher. A grim tale. But I came for the diagrams. Should be somewhere around here.
Okay, there may still be a little bit more. Like, in here? Trousers? Is that the last of them? This was Griffin, which we had already done, in part. So I think that might be the last of Griffin. That it is. And that was our second favorite of the Witcher school armors. So if we were to make a second set, that probably would be it. Anything else here? Don't think so, other than obviously just this. And I think this is going to lead us near that upper area of one of those caves that we were in previously that we were saying we just could not find a way up into. This spot here. I mean, those are above us. I also just don't know what that sound is. Let's save. And I think we probably just jump in. So we have been here before. You may recall, we were swimming through here and I was wondering, like, how do we get up there? And the answer was, you don't. Not from this angle. It is, in fact, an exit, not really an entrance. Whoa! Oh, hello, Darkanes and Fletters. We are not done here yet. Hold on just a second. This just got interesting. Okay. So, let's put on a vampire oil. That feels like that's suddenly quite relevant. Let's make sure that we have black blood active. That's also going to be pretty important here. And other than that, well, we hope that this does not mean we're about to get immediately pounded by the Garcane and Flutter who are directly on top of us. Igni, I think, is technically the sign that we're supposed to use against them. Oh, that hurt a lot. So I could use a Quen right about now. I feel like I could use a Quen right about now. Flutter's close to down. It's gonna be the scream? No, maybe not. Okay, hit the Garcane. Use the Flutter. Flutter did go down to the bleed, so that's important. Now just the Garcane. And we were out of range of that, fortunately. Oh, I missed. So he is really hard. You are bleeding as well. Oh, not so fast, buddy old pal. And a lesser blue mutagen for our trouble. Meanwhile, the Flutter is the one that drops all the good stuff. Yeah, because I think this was marked as a monster nest at one point in time, but there weren't actually any monsters in here when we first came into this cave, so it's kind of like, that seems strange. Yeah, we did mark it. We can maybe now remove that. Okay. And that does, in fact, bring us back out here where we were perhaps planning to go soon. So maybe we check this question mark out. And, yeah, that Witcher contract did turn out to be, like I was saying, a lot more than just finding an obscurely placed treasure chest somewhere, which was what it tended to be back in the day. What do we have here? Let's just... Panthers, okay. I think it's level 47. So it's something. We don't really need to be fighting it per se. But we will. Okay. Now we don't need to put the Quen back on. We're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. We have another custom marker. We had one for the orchard, or the vineyard. We probably don't need here. That one we're keeping. But this one we can probably get rid of. Okay, so what is this gonna be? What is that? Bandit camp, apparently. Oh, this was kind of close to the Bandit Central. So I think we had some suspicion that this might have been a bandit camp for that reason. Okay, it passed the Axie to you. That passes the Axie to... not sure it passes to anyone that time, actually. Oh. Hold on. Hold on. I like the never-ending Axie loops. That is cool when we can pull that off. Oh, rude. So rude. So rude. One moment, please. I'd like to do that. Followed by that. Oh, actually, I think didn't quite last long enough there. Call me an Elf Guardian? Not really. Yep, he did. Actually, you. And we'll just, you know, like, get you into the fire, I guess. Not so bad. I'm actually surprised we did not catch fire there. I really thought we were going to. Okay, so there is still the key chest over here somewhere. Probably that? Yeah. There's these guys we not yet looted as well. So what do we have here? That's just the simple stuff. Golden spoons? Someone call Marlene. That's an explosive. That is not loot. This, however, is. Something else? There is something else here. There are, in fact, several something else's here. Including those mushrooms. Okay, as for you, though, journal written on sow hide, in addition to some crafting materials, and a somewhat sizable amount of coins. And more stuff as well. We are now encumbered. Day 1. Yeah, Philibert, so reference to the bandit guy that we just fought recently, sent us to collect supplies from the Basane farm. I stayed with most of the lads in camps as always, and sent a few to go strike a deal with the steward. Hubert Duret's a reasonable chap, never gave us trouble about taking supplies before, so it seems we're in for an easy job. Not like hunting flying monsters or lying in wait for caravans coming down the road. Day 2. Nikolai and Pablo Goff have not returned. Something stinks, and it's not my foot wraps. I'm taking charge and leading a group to see what's going on. Those peasants at Basane, I forget how we were saying it, have done something to my men. I'll reduce that farm to smoldering ashes. Day 3. The farm's been demolished, but no sign of Pablo or Nikolai. We only found 2 hayseeds. I'll take them back to camp for questioning. Both howl like madmen and mumble constantly about some werewolf. They'll cool their heels in a cage for a while, maybe get more talkative. And where the bum blazes are all my men? We did hear about a couple, and we did fight a couple of werewolves. I believe was fairly close to this spot. So I do believe we can confirm that was not just hearsay, that was in fact truthful. There were some werewolves prowling the area. Okay, so we are now encumbered. So that means we should do something about that. We're not too far away from the base, and so we could say, like, ride Roach, head back over here. Could summon Roach from this location in order to ride back over here, sell some things. And then, still this question mark around here. Actually, just take stock of the Witcher diagram stuff. We have Ursine gear, and I think that's it at this point. And that is in the same place as one of the Witcher contracts, so that's, or at least it appears to be. So that's partially why we've been waiting on that one. So why don't we, let's summon Roach as a, well, actually, let's just mark this real quick. I'm surprised there's not a fast travel spot here. There must be somewhere we just haven't found it yet. So let's summon Roach. Yeah, come on, girl. And head back in that direction. And this should all now be stuff that we've seen. Not really expecting for us to run into anything new and unexpected here. should all be territory that we've previously covered. Or maybe not this exact pathway, per se, but this general territory. Ew, except it's up there. Is, well, I think we can go around a bit. Some wolves.
Ugly bastard.
Okay, bro. Just keep on moving. In fact, if you're to keep moving, that'd be the best way to avoid them. Okay, there is the fast travel spot. Perfect.
Guess that's a chance.
Don't crowd around.
I believe this is what we're looking for. Sure. Use that. Why not?
Witcher! Von Witten's Bane!
Okay, now, have
Your
you
goods. Mind if I have a
replenished your monies? You have not. Don't think we have enough stuff that's going to be an issue. We have some things to sell, but it's not like a crazy amount here. Even got a shirt. Okay, I think that's just about it.
Thanks. Farewell.
Good luck on your path.
Thank you.
Bargains. Preferential financing from the Chanfanellis on every armor put.
Okay, so now we have this fast travel spot, so if we wanted to, we could head back over to town if we felt the need. Although we have this question mark that's right next door, I feel like that's worth checking that out now. I don't know if we've really been in this area down here either. So I feel like that's worth giving that a quick look.
Run, Roach.
Keep calm. Start no frauds.
Like, it looks like that area over there is just a whole bunch of rubble and ruins. May not have much
That's it, Roach.
interesting stuff in it, but it may. Oftentimes that's where we tend to see
Faster.
a fair bit of chests that have decent loot in them. So I wouldn't rule that out. This looks like, oh, Knight Errant in distress, indeed. Go save him. Hold on, hold on. Whoa, maybe, oh, hold on. Maybe not. Get rid of this guy. Okay, fortunately, I think this guy's still gonna be fine. For a second there, I was a little concerned, but that guy won't be hurting you anytime soon. No problem, man. No problem. Anything else over here? Oh, more from Philibert. Some half-brains have been wandering around near Mount Crane. They call themselves Knights Errant, but I call them swill-slurping miscreants. No idea what they're looking for here. No windmills around for them to charge. Well done. Don Quixote. But those addled ankle biters dream up mad ideas no normal man would ever contemplate. No matter what they're up to, they're to stop it. The best way to take care of a knight errant is to cut off his head. If anyone brings me such a head, he can count on a plump pouch of coins. As you know, Philibert Fourfingers makes no idle promises. I can be harsh, but I can also be generous. Philibert. So I would suggest that, basically, Philibert sent out a hit on this guy. Wanted his bandits to take him out. He's still chilling there. Oh. His friend may not have been so lucky.
Before long, you will have to look to fairy tales to find a witcher worth knighthood.
Hold on, there's more here. Oh? Faithful friend? What is that? I'm intrigued. You're...
Remember, Witcher, history is wrought by those who can hang heroes.
That's a grim take. Especially coming from a knight errant. What do we have here? Valuables. Some more valuables. What if we just blow this up? When he's saying, don't do that. The thought occurred, but don't do that.